Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is an AMX 13105AM mle.50. That's right, it's the Tier 5 French SPG, and we're on the defending spawn of Karelia. And this particular one is being driven by Joachim Murat. I hope I've spelled his name correctly or pronounced it correctly. Well, what can I say about the AMX 13105? It was actually built. This was an SPG. It was developed and tested in 1949. They didn't actually start making them until 1955, but there are still a few examples that exist in very poor condition somewhere. And it's quite a good Arty. It only has a 10.5 centimeter howitzer, but it's still pretty effective. And it's quite fast and nippy, as most French Arty are, and it's got a reasonable reload speed. It's not great. The only thing it lacks really is a degree of accuracy and the reload speed, really, more than anything. There are better ones. I find a lot of people say to me that this particular Arty is not one of their favourites. I think they have difficulty adjusting to the accuracy when compared to some of the other Artys. Okay, he's aiming at the corner, northeast corner, which is normally where we'd start seeing the enemy around about now. Sherman's going up there, so he's going to have a look and see if he can spot anyone. Okay, Joachim's moving his aim. There is a target there. It's KV-1S. Soviet heavy, and that round lands nearby, but no splash damage on this. Very, very poor on splash, I'm afraid, the AMX 13105. Oh, he had a bit of reticule bloom there. He was just adjusting his field of fire. Panther M10. Now that's quite a dangerous tier 7 medium. Fast fire rate. Now KV-1S, the Sherman went down in the meanwhile, but what we've got now is this KV-1S is using the corner. He managed to get a hit on him there. 162 hit points on him. Track damage, or it's actually 78 hit points of damage, but 162 of damage assistance. That KV-1S is now a one-shot if he can land a shell on him. He should be able to. Slow enough, he looks like he's lost his driver. Well, he went down, but he went down before Joachim shell arrived, so unfortunately he didn't get the kill shot there. VK3601H, tier 6 German heavy. Well, we fired the round in thinking the 36 was going to go forward. He didn't. And he's just been derped by the OI. Okay, well, he's not settling on one particular target. Well, he's gone back to the VK. There was a Panzer 4S, a more dangerous opponent, a little further away, and that's retreating now from the T-43. The OI is still derping this 3601. Now, can he get a round in? Almost ready. Rounds out. Oh, he gets the kill shot this time. 27 hit points, his first kill. He's on the scoreboard. The reload on this particular Arty is 11.5 seconds, which is reasonably okay, but really compared to some of the other Artys at tier 5, like the Bishop or the Fifi, it's not that great. It also takes time to dial in the aim. Rounds out. We didn't see where that shell went. I didn't see a shell coming in. He's firing up onto the donut at the moment, so they can't see... Oh, not donut, the horseshoe, rather. Can't see any of the tanks up there at the moment. There's nobody spotting there. Right, Panther M10. As I say, that dangerous tier 7. Got a fast fire rate. He's trying to line it up. He needs to aim ahead. Oh, he got reticule bloom. He's adjusted his field of fire when he looked at the horseshoe. And now he's getting reticule bloom every time he moves the vehicle slightly to angle the shot. What he should do is center his arc so that the Panther is in the center, and that way when he's dialing in on it, even though it's moving, he won't get reticule bloom. Well, he's got another hit. 192 this time. But he's lost sight of it temporarily because the Hellcat can't see him. Oh, he can now. Unfortunately, they've lost the Hellcat. To say that Panther M10's got a fast fire rate, is very dangerous, and that round just landed behind him. We've lost sight of him altogether now. This is an assault match, and we're now below the 5-minute mark. So halfway through the game. Now to the south, there's a Challenger, and he's up against an OI Experimental. And there's a Type T-34 as well, accompanying, but they're further back. Round out on the Challenger. Nope, overshot. If he'd moved slightly forward, I think the Challenger would have been struck. He's got it nicely dialed in, and he's now on the edge of the field of view. Or within the field of view, rather, field of fire. The Panther M10's been seen. He's approaching from the north. There are defenders up there. He could have dealt with that. But he's lost sight, lost the OI down south, so nobody to spot for him at that end. Dialed in on the Panther. Round out. Direct hit. 177. That was a good hit. Can he repeat that? No, he doesn't need to because the T-25-2's done it. Right, now, no other vehicles in sight at the moment. Certainly none on the northern route. Although an Arty was spotted right at the back in grid square E0. But now he's gone back to the south. Now, really what he needs to do is aim just about there. Just about where the view range of the Su-85 is. Because the Su-85 is going to see them before anybody else. He hasn't got a great view range, the Su-85, but just enough so that they'll see him or see the enemy just before he goes into that dip, if he uses the dip. Well, he fired a round in there anyway. The thing is, there are two other enemy tanks, a Dicamax and an OI Experimental. They were last seen on the Horseshoe. Now, they could go the north route or they could go the south route. We don't know which way they would go. I doubt that they would cut straight across the marsh, or the middle of the map. Now, I don't know what he fired that round at. The one thing I would always recommend to all players, never waste ammo. If you've ever been in a match where you've been short on ammo, you'll know what I mean. It's absolutely crucial. Oh, he fires a round in there! Oh, now, I'm not sure if that hit the target or not, because he changed his view just afterwards, but I don't think he did hit anything. He is dialed in, and he fires a round out. Okay, that's the 2-minute warning. Now, the one thing that the AMX does have is it does have speed. As I said earlier, most French Artys, when they get to this level, have a fair bit of speed on them. So it looks like he's going to relocate. He might want to get as far over to the east as he can, because the enemy is now starting to close in from the south. And one of the tanks that was actually on the Horseshoe has now been spotted, the Dicamax. And it looks like he has come up the middle. The T-34 and the Type T-34 are, or T-34-85 and the Type T-34 are now threatening. And I don't think they know where he is. I don't think they saw him. So if he can relocate, they won't be able to find him. They won't be able to camp out in time. He's only got one teammate left alive, the T-34-85. Oh, there's the enemy at 155.50. He's dialing in. He's doing it manually. Oh, he hits him. Gets a good solid hit into that 155. And he dopes his gun without actually aiming. Well, he can't aim because he's been tracked. Now, he's going to get a shell right in the side. And he does. He's wiped out the enemy Arty. There is still 2 enemy Arty out there. One of them's an M44, and I think that was the one that just fired there. There's also an AMX 13 AM, and he hasn't seen those 2. But there's 24 seconds left to go, and there's only 1 enemy in the cap. So if he can stay alive, they've done it. There's not enough time for them to cap. 13 seconds to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kolobanov! He's done it! Very nice indeed. 2 kills and a Kolobanov. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's an ace tanker for Joachim Murat in the AMX 13105 AM mle.50. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. He got 6 in that battle. But of course he picked up the medal that everyone would like to get, the Kolobanov. He stood alone against more than 5 enemy, or at least 5 enemy, and he won the battle. Normally it's awarded to those people who actually kill 5 enemy, but it's perfectly valid under the rules of assault that if you survive and the enemy cannot cap out in time, that you have won the battle for your team, and he did just that. So well done there, Joachim. If we have a look at the team scores, well, we can see that he came away with 2nd place on damage, 1,220 hit points, but he got joint top place with 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, yes, he was top again at 667. He fired 24 rounds, got 8 direct hits, 8 penetration and 4 splash. Did damage of 1,220 hit points, of which 880 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously that Lorraine was a lot closer when he derped him in the side. He damaged 6 enemy vehicles and killed 2 of them, and he did damage assistance of 335 hit points. On a premium account, he earned 30,093 credits, but there's a holding ops bonus in there, and after ammunition resupply, which is very cheap, he actually ended up with 39,978 credits. He received 1,001 experience points, and there's a holding ops bonus in there as well, so he took away 1,481 in total. Well done, Joachim. That was a really good battle, and you certainly did it for your team. You carried them and effectively won for them. Well done. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.